Brought to you by Vistaprint. Create powerful promotions that are easy to design and hard to miss. With Vistaprint, it's easy to customize your business cards, marketing material, corporate gifts, calendars, stationery, and more with confidence, or get real-time design help. Visit radioonfire.com/Vistaprint to get $20 off any order of $40 or more. If you have a message to get out, you want it to be affordable, but you want it to look professional. Visit radioonfire.com/Vistaprint for $20 off today.
I'm always looking for ways to get more for my money. That's why I do my banking with MeQ Credit Union. MeQ members get better rates, lower fees, and special perks that you don't get with the big banks. Yep, more for my money. And I earn up to 3% on my checking with no minimum balance. Just a few ways MeQ Credit Union gives me more. If you live or work in the Baltimore area, check out MeQ Credit Union and start getting more for your money. Welcome to better banking for all.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Swap Radio. I'm Monica. And he's just going to look at himself. Hello.
I'm Tony.
He was on a mental break.
The Swap Radio actually caught my attention because it just looks so, yeah. That was a slick move. I like it.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. You know, I put my little creative hat on. I was like, let's do something different. Okay. Now I can do the same for you. If you would like yours done, some letters done, just hit me up. On Instagram, you can follow me at Monica WLS and the number 2. We just gonna get it out the way. Swap Radio is the Swap Radio Show on Instagram. Facebook, Swap Radio, hit the like button. Stay up to date with everything. Tony's not giving any following information. Follow him right there on the radio show page.
Yeah, you can follow me through the radio show.
Okay. I made you an admin. Did you see? I mean, a moderator or something. Did you get that notification?
On the SWAT Radio.
On Facebook.
Yeah, I seen it.
Okay, so he saw it, but he didn't post nothing. But anyway, real quick, y'all know we always have to get the important things out the way. Survivors with a Purpose radio show, along with the rest of our team, will use this platform to bring awareness to many things that our community struggles with on a daily basis. Here at SWAT Radio, we will encourage, motivate, and serve as a support system for our community. Now, we talking community, we talking city. I don't see a reason to wait. No, I am going to wait. How was your weekend? I'm going to ease on Trump because it's going to go down. I'm going to ease into that. How was your weekend?
Man, I'm going to tell you this. I've been riding motorcycles for about 12 years now. Yesterday was the most epic ride I have ever experienced on a motorcycle. It was the Chris Beggs 4th Annual Memorial Fallen Bike Riders Ride. It had to be every bit of 400 bikes. We shut the city down. Oh. That was an epic ride. And it was in memorial of all fallen riders.
Okay. Well, I'm so sorry. Sorry. I feel like Jess hilarious. I'm sorry. So sorry. So sorry. That don't fascinate me. Now, if you had said it was some dirt bike riders, I'd be like, for real? Oh my gosh, they popping wheelies. 4-wheelers, yeah.
The motorcycles was popping wheelies.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Is it any footage anywhere?
Yeah, plenty. You ain't look on my page?
No, I was working all weekend.
I wasn't. I was riding the bike all weekend. You gotta go look on my page. There's plenty of footage. How was your weekend?
Well, some of y'all can't look because, you know, he has to keep that a secret. My weekend was a little busy with work. I didn't really do anything. Just work.
Nothing new.
Work. Yes, I Somebody was supposed to been, get me this crab cake, and my mouth was watering for it. I never got it. Maybe I'll get it this week. I don't know. I don't know.
That's life.
But yeah, I didn't do too much of anything. Oh yes, I did. Wait a minute. The baby shower. I'm so sorry, Lisa. I see you watching. The baby shower. It was just beautiful. Oh, everybody's having babies.
They can
Not
keep
I.
it. They can keep it.
However, I'm patiently waiting. Before I was like, I didn't want to be a grandmother. All my friends around me are becoming grandparents.
Push that on my cousins.
And it's 4 of them. 3 of them have the opportunity now.
No.
So, what?
No.
They don't? They are 20 and older.
I'm about to say, I know. Let me see. 23.
No, 22.
20.
20, 22, and 25. They can make babies.
I knew the 22, 23-year-old one. Like, I knew his age bracket. I didn't know the other one.
Listen.
Hey, well, to each his own. If they ready to make babies.
My daughter told me 2 to 3 years. And then she want this baby shower with Pebbles and Bam Bam. She already planning her baby shower, y'all. Diamond is something.
Something else.
Listen. No. That's not it. She want a petting zoo at the baby shower. Listen. Oh my goodness. Look how he looking. Listen. I don't know what's up with that, but y'all know me.
She's different.
Y'all know me. I'm going to make it happen. So if that's what she wants, and if that's what she still wants, we visit. We have a little thing that visits us every time we here.
I'm going to get him.
He almost went in my eye. But anyway, y'all know I'm going to go above and beyond, make sure my baby has what she wants. If she want a petting zoo it is. At the baby shower. So when do we pet the animals and open gifts? Like, when do that happen?
No habla inglés.
Moving right along. Moving right along. If you would like to be a guest on Swap Radio, you have a short story to share, some words of encouragement, you have a book, you're a motivational speaker, hit us up, tell you things, everything's funny. You can either DM me, inbox me, or send an email to theswapradioshow@gmail.com. So Tony had said that his president had did some posted some tweets, and I thought they were. Now let me say this: I refused to go. I did glance at them. I didn't indulge in them too much, because more of my focus is on the crime in Baltimore City. A lot of young guys are being killed. I even saw where I think it was a woman. It was a woman.
The 17-year-old got shot by the 30-something-year-old.
Oh, that was a woman.
That was a woman.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. The picture, I don't know. I'm just trying to clarify. I don't know.
That picture looked like a horror movie.
See, but it looks like, I don't want to do that because I don't want anybody trying to jump down my throat about it. But this grown woman, I guess, I want to say that they got into a fight or something, and the girl beat her up. I don't know any of the backstory. I just know what I saw on Murder Inc. And when I say that she looked bad at the beat, oh my God. Anyway, she shot a 17-year-old. I saw a 15-year-old. They're getting younger and younger. Mm-hmm. I just don't know. And then it's like, because one of my sons, he always goes in this one neighborhood. I won't say where, but he always go in this one neighborhood. And I always, if I hear, because I have the Citizen app, and if I get something like a shooting, a robbery, a fight, I'm calling my mother like, you talk to my son? He's not answering his phone. And, trying to make sure he's okay because I know he be in that area. That's stressful. It really is. It was a shooting over there, and I thought that it could have been him because that was the area. However, it wasn't him, but it still wasn't what I wanted to hear, he had a seizure, and he was at the hospital. So I'd rather hear that he had a seizure, and the ambulance took him to the hospital, as opposed to he was taken for being shot.
The seizure was from the gunshots, or was totally separate?
No, I think he had epilepsy. They trying to figure out where it's coming from, his seizures, but I'm not a doctor, so yeah.
I don't know. I'm lost.
It wasn't from. I mean, what you think it was from?
He
You think it was from? Look, y'all, what all that is drunk. But no, listen.
I was just thinking, by the way you said it, maybe that he was in the area when the gunshots went down.
No, but
and
that's
it
what I'm
caused
saying.
the seizure.
That wasn't.
Oh,
That
yeah,
wasn't.
that's how it seemed like you were saying it.
No, that wasn't the case, which was good, because I felt better. Now, yes, I started panicking because he was at the hospital. Like, oh my gosh, where was he at when he had the seizure? Is he okay? But he was discharged, and what happened? I leave him at my parents' house. I'm gone, not even 20 minutes. And he walked to the store, had another seizure, but this time he fell, hit his head, back to the emergency room he went. So, yesterday was kind of eventful for me. Yeah. But my point in even bringing him up is when you have children or family members and they go to these different areas of the city and you hear about shootings, you all panicking, you trying to call and make sure it's not your family member.
And you shouldn't have to live like that nowhere, no time. You know what I mean? And it's sad that we didn't came to that point where you hear shooting or robbery or something, and everybody's calling all their family members. You know what I'm saying? Like they're trying to find out before social media tells them that, hey, your son, brother, sister, aunt, nephew, cousin.
Because more social media will tell everybody
Tell
before you.
everything.
I found out a couple people was killed. I was like, what? What? That's not true. But
most of the shootings of the murders of the people that I know, I find out through social media.
Hey, social media.
I almost have.
Social media.
I'm gonna get them, but most of them I find out through social media.
At this time. So they were out here. I don't know if they praising the Lord. I don't know what they're doing.
We try and get our friend.
So anyway, so as we speak about crime, you know, a couple people that work for the Baltimore City Police Department was robbed. Y'all children out here robbing people 5, 6 o'clock in the morning. Like, what is going on?
Lack of parenting. Lack of parent accountability.
Now listen. That's a thin line right there.
It definitely
because,
is.
Listen, some parents, not everybody can work the 6 to 2, the 7 to 3, the 8 to 4, the 9 to 5. Everybody can't work that shift. So somebody has to work 10 to 6, 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. Somebody has to work 11 p.m. to 7. You know what I'm saying? Somebody has to cover that graveyard shift. So if mom is a single mom and she went to work, like, I'm at work, I don't even know that my child outside robbing a deputy commissioner. Like, I wouldn't even know that.
But you look on TV and you see your child, what do you do?
You mean if it was my child that I saw? Because people was asking that question. I'm going to turn his ass in. Why in the world are you out here robbing people? And that be the bad thing. Some of these children, because they be like, oh, they don't have the money, the squeegee boys. Oh, their mother probably a junkie. No. Slow down. I know some kids who was getting everything. However, they didn't care. They still was out doing that same stuff, selling drugs, and didn't have to. Parents was giving them everything. I have a family member like that.
When they say that it's no jobs and that's the reason to crime and the lack of whatever, I find that to me to be fraudulent information, because you can pick up your phone and do an application online, and Amazon for as one company. I recently did it just to prove a point to someone. I put an application in on Amazon. They gave me a start date 2 weeks later. Like immediately. You know what I'm saying? And some people
I
gonna
think
have
it's
to
more
go.
of, oh, I don't want to work there. I don't want to work there.
I think it's that people say, "Oh, I don't want to work for the slave ship." Well, I don't. Every job's a slave ship. How you interpret it, you know what I'm saying? But working at Amazon, working at Burger King, working at McDonald's, working at anywhere of those lower, I ain't gonna call them lower level companies, but they're entry level jobs. Working at them entry level jobs is only a stepping stone to get to the post office and maybe a government job for some people is a desire, or a multi-million-dollar company. You know what I'm saying? It's never intended to be a burger flipper at McDonald's and stay a burger flipper. You know what I'm saying? Right. When you get that mindset that you're comfortable in where you at, that starts to breed that mentality of death and destruction. Oh, I can't get out of here. I'm not going to be working for McDonald's, so I'm going to go sell drugs on the corner, so on and so forth. You know, that mindset. But you have to climb yourself. You have to elevate yourself. You have to educate yourself to be better than what the environment that you're in. And most of the people, and I ain't going to say young people, because it's not only the youth that's doing these crimes and these murders and these robberies. It's adults that's my age, adults that's your age, you know what I'm saying, adults that's older than us, and in between, you know what I mean? And the mindset comes from the criminal mentality of they've been getting away with it for so long that they're comfortable with doing whatever it is that they're doing. And that's just the mindset of it, you know what I mean? When people say that what Trump said,
So what did he say?
I don't know exactly what he said. Whatever he said,
we get ready for our YouTube family.
You
will get the tweet on the screen.
I did hear yesterday, because that was a big topic yesterday, that he called Jack Young a disgrace.
Did he?
He called out Elijah Cummings first, and then yesterday he pulled up Jack Young.
I did hear he said something about him, but I didn't pull.
Yeah.
Oh, so. I didn't. However, for those of you who are, viewing from other than YouTube, I'm going to read a one or two tweets that your president. Yeah, because if you look at my hashtag not my president, and I mean that. The tweet says, why is so much money sent to Elijah Cummings district when it is considered the worst run and most dangerous anywhere in the United States? No human being would want to live there. That's not true. Anyway, where's all the money going? I like that question. I want to know. How much was stolen? Really? Whatever. Investigate this corrupt mess immediately.
Pause.
Well, goddamn. I'm sorry, go ahead.
That's his job. If federal government sending the money and you feel it was corrupt, why not investigate? You send your FBI partners in to investigate where that money going.
But for real, think about it. Let's be clear. It really has nothing to do that he care about what's going on in Baltimore City. Elijah Cummings he won his head for real. Like, he need to be impeached. And I agree with him. So that's why all of this is coming up. It has nothing to do with, the crime is really that. He don't care.
Which takes us to the next comment where he says Elijah Cummings has been a brutal bully, shouting and screaming at the great men and women of Border Patrol about conditions at the southern border, when actually his Baltimore district is far worse and more dangerous. His district is considered the worst in the USA.
Now, see, that's just because he read that somewhere. See, because they just said it. They even said we was the worst for slang. Wait a minute, our accent, right? Our accent is even. But anyway, all I'm saying is this man is only bringing this up. I know Elijah Cummings been going hard as far as him being impeached. So here we go.
Elijah Cummings been going hard on him about everything. He some of the things that he said in the last couple of days talking about Trump has a bear of truth to it. people was upset because of what he said and how he's saying it with the past few days, few weeks of his tweets from the four ladies they called the squad down to Elijah Cummings, to the city of Baltimore and the mayor and the residents, so on and so forth. People say they come from a racist tone. I can't speak on that because I don't know personally. But you can speculate that maybe it do come from a racist tone. But wherever it come from, the things that he said about having our political leaders that's not doing much for our city is the truth. Baltimore being filthy is the truth.
I think it's certain areas. I'm not gonna say that.
It is in certain areas.
I don't
but
want to
the
make it seem like because I'm no longer a city resident or I haven't been a resident in a while that, I just want to bash the city. I won't do that. However, I will say this. It's just like anywhere else. You have your good communities and you have your bad. You have people who take care of it and who don't. That's just
and that's the point I was going to get to, because how many of us ride down the street on a daily basis and throw trash out the window of our cars? You know what I'm saying? You have your food box, your chicken box, your half and half, and you finish eating and you leave it on the bus stop. You know what I'm saying?
Did you just say chicken box?
It's the truth.
Look
You
at him,
can't be mad.
I feel like you on Trump's side now.
I'm not on nobody's side.
Like something he would have said.
I'm not on nobody's side. I'm a realist. You know what I'm saying?
But you brought up chicken boxes. Come on, man.
Because when we go in the inner, because we talking about inner city and violence and things like that, so we gonna think like the inner city and the areas we in. When you go to them inner cities, I'm gonna particularly talk about the neighborhood I grew up in. In the 2100 block of Pratt Street, there ain't nothing left there except corner stores where the drug boys hang out at and two food spots.
I got a mattress store down there.
When it ain't on fire.
Not that one. That one wasn't on fire.
Every mattress store
that's the
on
same people?
Every mattress store on Pratt Street caught on fire. Every single one of them. The one that's on this side by Polite Johnny's, it's the same one that's on this corner. It's the same
Polite
one.
Johnny's still over there?
No, they just closed down recently.
So you make
They just closed down recently.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so all that stuff is just vacant.
Yeah. Now when you ride down that street, compared to when I first moved around there, when Rite Aid and Panoptical and all of that, GC Murphy's and all that was on Pratt Street. When GC Murphy's and all that was on Pratt Street, compared to now. So when you ride down there now, to me, when I ride through that neighborhood and I see the guys on the corner, I say a prayer in my head, because you see death and destruction. Because behind every group of those African American males that could be entrepreneurs looking for better, they're selling poison to people. And you see groups of addicts running behind them. The drug community is part of the problem to the violence in the city.
I can agree with that. It's a part.
It's a part of the problem. It's not the 100% whole problem, but it's a part of the problem.
So before we just keep talking about the problem, my goal for the show was to talk about possible solutions to the problem. Now, I was tuned into someone else's show, and Terrence was on there. I'm calling Terrence out, okay?
Come on, Terrence.
Terrence Wheeler.
Come on, shut down Academy.
Come on over here and have a seat. He said something that I definitely don't agree with. I do agree that young boys or young men need their fathers. Definitely agree to that. However, the way he stated it was that the fathers who are not in their son's life is because of the mother. So he went on to say that he probably distanced himself because maybe mom is, arguing and this, that, and the other. He feel like if he fall back, she'll calm down. Oh, she'll come around. It's never an excuse for a man to leave his children. I don't care this a male or a female, because he can't get along with this woman, because it's many different ways to go. If y'all don't have a mutual friend or family member, then you can go through the court. But you're not going to tell me that you even think that makes sense for, oh yeah, well, he's just going to take his time until she finish going at him with the rah-rah, and then he's going to be a father. Because then it's going to be too late. Your child ain't going to have no respect for you because you disappeared.
I didn't see that interview, but what he said has very small effect. It do play a part, but like you said, a real parent, a real father, is not going to let someone dictate his way out of that child's life.
Yeah, I just didn't agree that it's, oh well,
If
because the mother, I mean,
if a man don't want to be in his child's life, he's not going to be there, and they can't make excuses to why he's not going to be there. Right. A real man is going to be in his child's life no matter what. You know what I'm saying? He's going to stand up for his child. He's going to make sure his child has the right. You know, everything's going to be great for his child. A real man is going to make sure that the child is set in stone. When these guys walk away from these children, you know, and people are making excuses for him, I don't agree with these excuses. He's just not trying to be a man and man up to his responsibility. Some of the people, young boys, mostly, look for that man figure. And when they don't, they act out in public. To find the problems, to come up with a solution, you got to identify what the core root of the problems are. The lack of education. And it's not all 100% parents, because the school system gave children the right to drop out of school when they turned 16.
They definitely did. And my son said, I don't have to go to school. The lies you tell.
So you took some of the power right there. They took some of the power away from the parents to push their children through school.
They did.
You got,
man, y'all can't even, y'all. You see, I said y'all. Y'all can't even beat y'all kids.
I will hammer.
You don't have to, no, you're not.
My daughter don't play with me at all, but my daughter, I allow her to be herself. Her sisters, who I raised, who are 19 and 17, great young ladies, they don't play with me. None of my nieces and nephews play with me. I lay the law down.
Oh,
Think about
Sean
it.
play with everybody.
Sean, my man. Sean get a pass. That's my man.
Sean play with everybody.
That's my man. He get a pass. That's my man. But he know when you serious, and he cut down. When he know you serious, he cut down. But you have to put the fear of God in your child at a young age for them to understand when they get older. You know what I'm saying? When we was growing up, we didn't play with our parents. Those days of the parents parenting the children, it's like gone. It's like it's very few people still parenting the old-fashioned way, the old school way. You could take all the toys from Lil Billy and Jane and John that you want to take from them. They're going to find something else to play with in that room, something else to do.
Y'all cannot with Tony.
Sometimes you got to put that.
Jane? These are names you thinking of?
Yo, sometimes you got to put the hand to the pan. You got to smack them. Sometimes you got to beat them. You got to put the fear of God back in the children. But that's.
I don't think I put the fear of God in my children.
You got to put the fear of yourself in them.
I was going to say that's the fear.
Yeah, you got to instill a fear into your child for them to understand. You know what I'm saying? And then when you're at work 10 at night to 6 in the morning, they're not sneaking outside to go rob some guy because he's dressed in Muslim attire.
But you know what even get me? Because isn't that an Xfinity, Comcast, somebody who has the home alarm system where you can see?
Yeah.
I mean, and of course you can buy your own, of course.
Yeah.
But everybody's getting that. So you don't peek in and make sure your children's still in the house.
The thing that trickles me the most is you, me, anyone that have kids know. When I look at that TV and I see that child, I know my child. I know the way they walk. I know the way they dress. I know the way they talk. I know everything about my child. I look on that TV and I see my child. They're not going to still have a $32,000 reward up 5 days later. Because
no.
My child is going to be turned in as soon as I see that, hey, yes, Mr. Police Officer, you can come get such and such at this address. That's the person in the black T-shirt that was riding the scooter that searched the man's pockets. That's how I'm going to carry it.
Especially that one that stomped that man in his head. It be on. Listen, you know those are you. They know they knew that those were their kids. Period.
And that's the same with the violence that's in the community, period. Because you look back at all the videos they released this year, the shooting on Fulton Avenue, the shooting on Greenmount, that other shooting, I can't remember where it was, and they dropped them videos of those people.
They said so many.
But all them videos of those people, somebody know who it is, but nobody's willing to talk.
Right.
But you go to them prominent areas. Listen, Essex had a double shooting or something last night.
Last night.
Or the night before last. It was in Essex. It was last night. They had a double shooting. I guarantee you, Baltimore County Police will have that crime solved in 30 days. You know why?
He said snitches.
But you can't be called a snitch. See, listen, that's the misconception. That listen. We gotta understand some things. Because if you're in the street,
they got all the words. I don't know.
If you're in the street and if you're not in the street, it's not called snitching.
That's not true.
And yes, it is.
You can't snitch on your sister.
Who can't snitch on their sister? But we are talking of the meaning that the community has interpreted for snitching.
You snitched on your relatives. Why
But-
you snitching on your cousin? Why you snitching? It starts in the house.
And you know what? And that's funny that you said that because I say that at work. When somebody say, well, the other person let me do it, I be like, well, why are you snitching on them? They did you a favor.
Exactly.
Because I'm not letting you do it. I go by the book.
Exactly.
Well, call it how you want it. It's a label how you want it. You just gotta snitch, stand
yeah.
up, be a informant, whatever. But you have to give yourself, you have to give your children an opportunity at life. And right now in the city, the lawlessness, which is a real word, that is going
Y'all,
on.
he be having to check because his words be wrong. Go ahead.
The lawlessness that is going on in the city, a lot of the young, preferably African American males, is not having a chance at life. They just not.
Because of the choices they made.
The choices that other people are making as well. Because the people you're around affect how you live. If man want to kill me, he can't get me, he's coming to get you. That's the mindset.
All right, but listen, let's be clear. Because at the end of the day, as our children get a certain age, they're able to make their own decisions. You know what? I'm not sticking around for this. Y'all go ahead and do what y'all gonna do. I'm out of here. That really happens in real life.
Absolutely.
Now we know peer pressure will get somebody. Oh, come on, let's go steal this car. They gonna get in the car. You may not steal it, but you joyriding, so you get the theft charge as well.
Absolutely.
However, it's that other child that did not get in the car because they didn't want a part of that.
And that happens.
Things happen. I hear a lot of time about mentoring programs. Oh, we need to have these mentoring programs for the youth, and
They out there.
But here's my thing. They can be out there, but here's my thing. Because I have one of those who I believe could benefit from a mentoring program. But he's at 22. However, their focus is always 17 and under. But after you've had them for this amount of time, what happens to the 18 to 25? You leave them hanging? There's
Same thing like in the foster system. They age out.
I haven't seen. That's what I'm saying. Don't drop them off. Don't let them go at one point and say, okay. Don't leave them at that one point. We have a caller, you guys. Hello, caller. Turn down your background and state your name.
Hey, y'all. It's me.
Girl.
Oh my
But
God.
it is Baltimore.
Hey,
Like, don't be at
Toya.
ATL living it up, calling up here for us.
Fucking is, dummy.
What it is, dummy.
Man, what would you like to say?
I just want to say, y'all look good on TV, on my little TV screen.
Oh,
Okay,
bless
thank
you. Thank you.
And yeah, that president of yours, yeah, he about to get impeached. That's why he going after Elijah Cummings like that.
But see,
So
listen,
yeah, he
listen.
been
Everybody
mad.
keeps saying he's gonna get impeached, right? But I encourage a lot of people to get into politics, read and study, because he's a Republican. So the Democrats have to bring the impeachment. That's just how it is. And
Right.
the Democrats are not even voting for impeachment. They the ones that have to bring it. So if they're not
Right.
voting to bring it, and they're the ones who have to bring it, how can people keep saying he's getting impeached? We've been going through what, 3 years now of this
They
rhetoric.
just need the facts. This is the thing. The
But-
facts need to be
but the-
exposed. They got to keep digging, and
Listen,
if they dig somehow,
Democrat or
somebody throw him a
Republican.
life jacket
Right.
and he's safe.
Democrat or
Right.
Republican,
So that's what
they all in
that
it
that
together.
thing was about on that TV. They was digging and digging and digging. He may not get impeached, but as soon as his term is over, he will get some time. That's what they're trying to do. They know they can't impeach him right now, but once his term is over, they will try to get that man some time.
But if he get a second term, by the time that term is over, the statute of limitation gonna be over with.
I'm trying not to have him having a second time.
He gonna
'cause
have
he don't need
something new
second
going
I'm
term.
just saying, I just want everybody to keep an open mind. You know what I mean? Just keep an open mind about the whole situation.
Right.
My
then with
mind is not
the
gonna
stuff-
ever be open on the orange hair guy. Like, come on. I'm surprised he's
And
still alive in the White House. And I mean,
Wow, for real. Right, right.
is
And
ASAP
with
Rocky
the,
home?
Huh?
Oh, I was just trying to see if ASAP Rocky was home.
Oh no, he can't do nothing about that neither. So the
Y'all
Sweden
don't know.
president
He
was
got
like,
some
he's
money with
staying
them
here.
people. Y'all don't know what y'all don't know what Trump doing.
They said Rocky going to trial on Tuesday. They gonna try to give him 2 years.
So Toya, do you have any last comments before we say goodbye?
Yeah, I do. I'll see
Okay.
y'all later, and I love y'all.
I love you too, girl. Bye.
All right, bye.
All right, y'all. Toya couldn't be with us today, so she decided to phone in. Isn't that something? Now, as I pinned down here, and for you guys, if you would like to add your 2 cent, 50 cent,
Dollar.
hey, the number to call is 404-436-1277. Again, 404-436-1277.
So look, on this topic, because the topic was crime and what can we do to prevent it. So we know the crimes that have been committed. Now we move into the transition of how to prevent crime, which to me, I seen that crime plan that they came out with a couple weeks ago. Personally, I don't think it's going to work. Now, I'm not the smartest guy in the world, but I'm a visionarist. I study.
Listen, y'all. Boy, you got so many made up words to get back by. I just can't take it.
That's Tony's language.
You didn't even have to add the is on the end. I just.
But no,
Okay.
I'm a visionary. I like to see things and I like to study. You know what I'm saying? And to me, that crime plan, it has its pros and its cons. It's getting the police out the car more, engaging with the community more, but they doing it on a quota standpoint. Talk to this many people an hour. Talk to this many businesses in an hour. Make sure that you do this many checks in an hour. The good side of that is you got to get you're getting the police out the car. They're engaged in the community.
Police.
The bad side, my interpretation of it, is it's not effective crime fighting because you're just policing the neighborhood. You're not challenging the criminals.
So you don't think police presence would deter somebody from wanting to do
Listen.
something? I'm just asking a question. I can't ask a question. Come on, you act
No,
like
because I'm about to tell you something, right? And you ain't going to believe this, but it's real life happened. I was sitting on my mother's front. And a boy come out the alley. And I ain't kidding you. My brothers were standing there and everything. The boy come out the alley. The guy standing on the corner with the police officer. He stops and he looks for a second. He pulls his gun out and starts firing toward that corner where the police officer and the guy was at. The guy runs down the street, and this was several years ago. The guy runs down the street. The police runs back around the corner. He runs back through the alley. You know that police officer never came back around that corner for at least a minute or two. When he came around that corner, it was other police officers coming with him. They wanted to yell and cuss and fuss at me and my brothers because we wouldn't give them information as to where the guy came from. I said very clear. I said, your officer seen where he came from out of this alley just like we did. Your officer didn't engage him. He ran the opposite way when we ran the opposite way.
You gave a perfect example.
Don't question me.
Why not?
About him.
Yes, baby, here we go.
When
Here
your
we go.
officer
I'm glad
was
you brought
right
this
on
up.
the scene. No.
Don't tell me no, no. You just sound like the typical person that we just had a conversation about. You mean to tell me that you want me to believe that you would turn your child in, but you wouldn't tell the police that the young man came out the alley. But
That's
you want
two
me to
totally
believe,
different
no,
situations.
It's not. No, it's not.
The
No, it's
officer
not. You don't
is
know.
standing right there
Okay,
when that
but
guy came out shooting.
Listen, a lot of crimes can be solved when the community start answering questions.
What more did I see that officer didn't see?
Again, but listen, it could have been just as quick. Like it was somebody in here when we got here, right? Do you remember what he had on?
Yeah.
I don't. So you have information that I don't have. You follow what I'm saying? You saw the boy's clothes. Maybe the police officer didn't.
I didn't see his clothes. I saw the gun that was firing. And I dived down on the opposite side of the steps.
You saw the guy come out the alley. You said it. You watched him come out the alley.
Hey, the officer watched him come out the alley.
Listen, stop speaking for the officer. We talking about you. Because right now, you're the community. The person that he was shooting at was the 15-year-old that's dead now. You saw this man come out the alley with the clothes and a gun. You can't tell the police what he had on and which way he went.
If a police officer wasn't standing right on that corner,
you didn't answer.
then
you
we
didn't
could.
answer the question. You didn't answer the question. Go ahead. I mean, I'm not an attorney, but I'm just saying.
She got training.
You're right. And so absolutely. But listen, I could have told him, but he was standing right there. And this is part of their training, active shooter. Hold on, listen. Their training of active shooters are to engage a shooter.
So you never froze? You never, that could have been that man's first real life shooting going on.
If you in Baltimore City, you're a police officer, there's no way you're going to tell me that's your first real life shooting. I can tell you multiple stories of, you can even go back and research it yourself. And I'm sure you understand too, of multiple shootings where officers, she is right. She is right. But still, if I'm standing there and the officer is standing there,
Look at him trying to prove his point of why he won't.
what more do I know than that officer don't know?
I just told you.
She just gave you a good example.
I just told you. I don't remember what that man had on.
She gave you a real
But you said you do.
I'm going to tell you what's even more messed up than that. He was in here talking to me for the last 2 hours, and I don't remember what he had on.
Then y'all don't pay much attention.
But what was it? Just living
Listen,
life.
and again,
Just living life.
and again, you're just proving my point. You paid attention. You told your own story. I listened to all your details. You said you watched him come out the alley. Me and all my brothers. That's what you said. Watched him come out the alley. Didn't you say that? I'm just saying. But you couldn't tell the police, don't be questioning me. That's the mentality that the community had.
No,
That's F the police. Oh,
I'm not saying that.
No. That man, that video that was on Facebook with that guy running with the TV. Everybody was so happy that he was getting away from the police. Then when the police officer fell, oh Lord, that was even funnier to the people. But why? They just stole somebody's TV. They paid money for the TV.
I thought it was funny because you got a guy running with a 55-inch TV and the officer running with nothing, and for 25
That was not a 55-inch
minutes,
TV.
it was a 40-something, 50-something. It was a big TV to be running with. But for 25 minutes, you had a whole district chasing a guy, and they couldn't catch a guy running with a TV. He just
I didn't
gave
see
himself.
a whole district.
Oh yeah, it's multiple videos.
I didn't see a whole district.
He was getting chased by
However,
2 girls. He was
focus
getting
on my
chased by the
point.
2 guys. I am focused on your point, and what you and again, what you said is true. But the point that I'm saying is this officer looked at this guy the same time I did. When this guy started shooting, he ran the opposite way around the corner. He don't know no more about that guy than I know about that guy, or vice versa.
Why? You
Because
had a
I
chance-
did the same thing he did. When he started firing, I ran.
But you had a chance to see his clothes.
So
You
did
saw
that
him walk-
officer.
You can't say that.
Okay, Monica.
But you can't say that.
I can't say that because I was there
Lord.
and I seen,
But he can say the same thing about you.
and that's why they came and questioned me.
He could say he came out your house.
But he didn't.
But it seems like
And I would
you
allow them to
protecting
go in
him.
and search the house.
Why are you protecting him?
I'm not protecting him because I don't know who the guy was. I absolutely, honestly do not know who the guy was.
You sound like contempt. Sound like you.
Because I'm gonna go further.
sound like
because
conspiracy.
because no, it's not a spirit conspiracy. Because I'm gonna go further with this story because
Because you try and fix the fact
No.
that you ain't snitch.
If people don't help the
because
Snitches-
a week later.
Snitches get stitches. That's why
Listen,
you ain't
listen.
say that.
That's why you ain't say it.
Oh no, I ain't worrying about that.
Yes, it is.
Because a week later,
So you care about.
What happened a week later? Just let
a
him
week
tell us.
later, my car was destroyed by the Baltimore City Police Department. What it is an internal affair investigation report. You can go back and look for this.
I won't.
But where they destroyed my car because I would not tell them who the person was.
Well,
And
that's
I
better.
clearly did not know.
So I guess you said I'd rather the police be mad at me than the neighborhood.
No, because
They would've did more than destroy
no,
my car.
because if a crime is happening in front of me, I don't my loyalty or my I'm gonna just say my loyalty because I can't get the right word. Now I don't want to make up a word.
Yeah.
My loyalty is to my child and raising my child. So if a crime occurred in front of me and I have information that will solve that crime and it's for the betterment of my community so I can comfortably raise my child, you damn right I'm gonna tell. And they can call it however they
That was
want.
an example right there.
So-
You didn't do it.
So
You just,
I didn't
you
have
gave
no
an
more
example.
information.
You did.
No, I
you
didn't.
didn't know what he had on. You saw. You say you watched him walk out the alley. You didn't watch him.
I watched him walk out the alley,
Well,
but
tell us
I'm
now
talking
what
to my. I don't remember what he had on. I see him come out the alley. I looked at him. I looked up at the officer because he was looking at
Y'all
the
be having the
officer.
same people down South Baltimore. You don't know who he
No,
was.
no.
You try to say they wear the same clothes all the time?
They do. They
No.
do. They
Oh,
do.
they
They
do.
do. They wear the same clothes all the
Don't
time.
play. I got some family down there.
Hey, they wear the same clothes all the time.
They do.
They do. I got some family down there too.
Boy, shut up. We got the same family down there. You make me sick. Oh my gosh.
One of my friends say that they cheer on the police every time somebody runs from them.
So anyway, like
My exact point.
no,
No.
It's very true. Like it's not to me when people when they be disrespecting the police. People be thinking it's funny.
It's not funny.
I don't find it funny.
I don't either.
I mean, these are the same people that you gonna call if somebody steal your rims off your car, somebody break into your house, somebody do that. Oh my gosh, that's somebody's family member get killed. Then they want the police to
You
find
know the-
somebody. No, don't call us now.
You know the
'Cause they done
funniest
killed
thing.
little John. You want us to go find the killer? No.
You know the funniest thing about what you just said, and it's the very truth, is that people say F the police and they don't need the police, but you can't make an insurance claim without a police report.
Right. It's crazy, and it make me so mad when I see the kids disrespecting police. Like we used to have officer friendly. That's what I hear a lot of people saying. Well, officer friendly, but where they gonna come from? If all they have is people in their face talking about F the police.
You know, that's the ignorance of our community, which
Like,
which
come
also is part of the problem because the polices are more
Police. Cause you stressing me out with that.
policemen, policewomen.
There's no polices.
They're more reluctant. The police are more reluctant today to engage people. Listen, so if we want to deal with this
Police
crime
engagement.
epidemic, right? If we want to deal with this crime epidemic, the first thing we gotta do, we gotta take the politics out of police. That's the first thing we gotta do. We want to deal with this crime epidemic. We have to go back to, and you can do an altered zero tolerance policy. Follow me here. I'm a police officer. I ride down Frederick Avenue. I see man standing on Frederick and Font Hill. I come back an hour later. Man still on Frederick and Font Hill. Never moved.
The bus lady.
You could live there around there.
But guess what that gave me? That gave me a suspicion as to why he's there.
Is it a suspicion or you want to be like, hey,
It's a suspicion.
Hey,
Listen.
John, you okay?
And that's how you
Did
engage
you miss your
them.
bus?
That's how you engage them. See, it's a lot of miseducation and misinformation out there about police officers.
But think about it.
The police
John
officer.
can have the F the police mentality. So when he do ask him, is everything okay? He gonna get out, my man. Go ahead. Get out.
But guess what you just did? With that after police mentality, you just gave him probable cause. See, the reasonable suspicion and the probable cause, even though it's written down on a book what it's supposed to be, it's in the police officer's determination of what it could be. A police officer walk up to you and ask you for your ID. People say, well, I ain't got to give you ID. That's wrong. That's a lie. That is false. Because you have to identify yourself to an officer. Now, you don't have to say, here go my ID. You can say, this is my name and my date of birth. And you don't have to repeat it no more if you don't choose to, but you identified yourself to the officer. That is an actual law. You have to identify yourself.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? And it, like I say, it's a lot of miseducation and misinformation out there. You know what I mean? And I tell people all the time to read up, educate yourself. Find out the truth behind what things are. If you go out and you got a person and they've been on this corner for an hour, that's loitering and trespassing. It is what it is.
But what if it's his front? You don't
You
know.
engage them. Hey, how you doing? My name is Officer such and such. I work Southwest District. We're into whatever the initiative is right now, because they got whatever the thing is called. They named it an initiative. I don't remember exactly what it is, but this is the such initiative, and I noticed that you've been here for an hour or two. I'm just making sure that everything's okay. That you miss your bus. If you're on your front step, you can engage. And if you're an officer,
I hear what you're saying,
if you're an officer,
you
you
gotta
can
remember. It's just so much, because you have to remember. I talk about my son all the time on my radio show, all the time. My son is bipolar, and he switch up like this. If he's sitting down, minding his business on the steps, and it just so happen to be a bus stop or police stop, and say, "Hey, I know that you've been here for an hour." He may go off. What you asking me? I live here. He can go. I already know that. I'm just glad he don't have those type of engagements with the police. But mental illness is definitely a factor in all of this.
It
Somewhere.
is.
So when you come off to somebody, it can come off so wrong and so.
But that's why you identify yourself first. But you know how when the officer identifies himself to a person, when the officer identifies himself to a person, it immediately, to me, takes the hostility and the drive. He walked right up. I'm Officer such and such, Southwest District Police Officer. I'm an understanding person, because truth of the matter is I don't like the interactions I have with police, period.
Says the guy who has illegal scents half the time and all that.
All the time.
Let's see, look at that. Let's get the. You said some questions.
So there's a couple in the on the chat that I wanted to read you. All right, so where's the one? Trump need to vote. Okay, that's okay. Sometimes a woman doesn't realize she's cursing her own children with her attitude. I think that's going back to something y'all was saying earlier about.
Oh, about the father who says,
yeah,
"Oh well, she wants to argue with me, so I'm not going to be a father until she comes around." That's not an excuse. That's just not an excuse to me. It's ways to still have a relationship with your child minus the mother. Now, I hate to take it to reality
Depending
TV.
on how old the child is, right?
But see,
It's not. The court can tell somebody, listen,
That's true.
you get your child every other weekend. You have to drop him off to this person. Be gone before he get there to pick him up.
Okay.
The courts can tell you how dictate that.
That's
if
true.
you cannot, because I know it's some. Listen, I know some mothers that just are spiteful and they're causing a problem between the child and the father's relationship. However, it can be handled. If they can't handle it without being in the court system, then to the court system it goes.
Well, I got a friend that
Nobody's
went through
gonna
that.
stop me from saying my child.
I got a friend that went through the court system, and she, like, the mother of the friend. So my homeboy went through the court system to get all the rights and custodies and everything of his son, to see his son, so on and so forth. He initiated it. They made him pay child support. They made him keep him on his insurance. On he wasn't opposed to none of that. He just wanted visitation rights. They gave him every weekend and every other holiday. When his weekends would come, she would mysteriously be out of town.
That's called contempt of court.
She would be sick. The holidays come around. I mean, she did everything in her power to.
He didn't follow
And
our
listen,
law.
he did that. He did that. And they did their little, whatever the thing is. Yeah. And they went back to court, and the judge said, well, and I don't know the whole story, but however it was worded, if you continue with this, we will give him full custody kind of thing, whatever the case may be.
That sounds like it works then.
And it didn't.
Why?
Because she's gone, and they can't find her nowhere.
That's a rare case, though.
But that can.
It is a rare case, but it consistently happens daily. When she said that the parents, the mother attitude can curse the child, it absolutely can. Because you have some vindictive mothers and you have some vindictive fathers. Let's not put it all on the women, because there's some men too. Because some men get mad that the woman don't want to be there no more, and they just walk out of the child's
really
life.
That's the point I was making, to not blame it all on the mother. But I don't care who you are. I have a friend who pays child support to her daughter's father. The daughter lives with the father. She asked him to take her for a couple years because she was trying to get herself together. So the visitation is still in play. All of that is still in play. But sometimes when she want to do something with her, it's hell. So if he don't send her to her on her weekend, she'll go to court. This is contempt of court. Yeah, I'm supposed to get my child this weekend. So, I mean, it happens on both sides. But it's never, in my mind, okay for anybody to just say, well, she argued too much. Oh, he want too much. I'm not doing this. He can't get... I'm just gonna fall back. I'm not gonna see my child. That's never acceptable to me.
I agree with you.
I agree. A couple more. I want y'all to address. Somebody also said, "What if one of your family members was getting shot at, and would you want someone to give information to the police?"
Absolutely.
Okay.
Our cousin was killed.
Sitting on a bus stop and everybody
was outside.
It's always somebody on that bus stop on Frederick Avenue. At
Catherine.
That's true.
There's always people outside. Ask, do they have his killer in custody?
I believe they don't. Right? Somebody else said, and this is a Trump supporter.
Oh, God.
So do you agree or disagree with Trump's statement being that you're in Baltimore?
I'm 50-50 on his statement, because some of the things he said is true, but coming from the place that I think it's coming from.
Well, it doesn't matter where it comes from if the statement is true. But the rats are bigger and more plentiful in New York than in Baltimore. And he's from New York. So the rats are worse in New York.
Which rat did he see in Baltimore?
He ain't seen no rat.
Exactly. That's my point exactly.
He ain't
been here.
Nor would he come through here.
Some things that he did say, I agree. I want to know what the money was spent on.
Let's get down to it. Elijah Cummings, do we agree? Does he help Baltimore, Maryland, or does he not help?
Yes.
I don't think so.
I feel like he does.
I feel like he does, but he's older, and I think his time is up. You know what I mean? And I think it's time for a next wave to come through. He did good, but your time is up.
So answer this. In the last 2 years, What has Elijah Cummings did for the city of Baltimore?
In the last 2 years,
Just the last two.
Let me think about the city of Baltimore, and I live in Baltimore
Let me say this.
County.
And I don't want people to be confused or to be distracted by Trump's rhetoric. What Monica said earlier is true. The reason this statement came out is because Elijah Cummings is on his heels.
Absolutely.
And that's why the statement came out. He doesn't care about Baltimore. He doesn't care about New York. He doesn't care about D.C. He doesn't care about. He don't care about the country. He only cares about making money and building a hotel in Russia, and that's it.
Mr. Twitter fingers.
So that's all he cares about. So this is a distraction. He only said something about the people that he said something about because they are investigating him. That's it. So if you want to say that's true about any inner city in this country. There are rats in any city in this country. Anywhere that there's water is going to be rats. So that's everywhere. Right. So that part in the urban community, you can say there's crime and there's heartbreak and all of that in every city in this country. So that applies to everywhere. But he specified him because two reasons. One, because this is a black person, and two, because he's being investigated.
He got his foot on his neck.
And he got his foot on his neck. That's why. So Trump's statement is not even a real statement. You know what I mean? It's just like somebody says something about you. So what me? What about you? That's all that is. That's all it is.
Blurting out different comments like
that's all it is.
I don't pay nothing he says any attention, truthfully. So,
but somebody else said in here, this is really important that everybody needs to get out and vote.
Definitely,
because that's the big thing right there.
The biggest thing: voting, not voting, party recognition, and not voting name recognition.
The whole thing is to research these people because
exactly.
Some people, I honestly can sit here and
most people vote off of name recognition or party recognition. They don't do their due diligence and investigate.
So wait a minute, you sat here, didn't he sit here and say he voted for Pew? Or you would have voted for her, or whatever you said?
You said he did.
What did she do
I
for the
absolutely
city? Okay,
did vote for her.
Did you do your record?
I did.
So what did she do for the city before she was voted in?
Well, before the books, I gotta go back and look.
The books was yesterday. What are you talking about?
No.
I just found out about
So listen,
the books was legit. She just.
Nah, it was a joke. The books were legit. It was just an ethic. It was just an ethics violation before she became mayor. But
I'm gonna save you. You didn't do your research on her.
How much you want? Did I not do my research on her? Was I not telling you stuff about her?
No, that's her girl.
You asked me.
That's her girl.
Listen, he's saying that Catherine Pugh's my girl because, for those who don't know, before this show, I did a sports radio show. I went up to, what is that?
Ricestown Road.
Ricestown Road, where Baltimore City dirt bike riders, they just gonna ride. That's what they do. The police was blocking up the street so that they couldn't do it. So I was up there
in support,
trying to get some. Yes, I did. Listen, I do enjoy it. I think it's dangerous, but I do enjoy to watch them do their little tricks.
Like you live on the wild side.
So therefore, I was there watching and getting footage for my show.
Yeah.
And I was like,
and actually, I think that week's show was about the dirt bikes.
Right. So I was like, oh my gosh, hi. Listen, she was the nicest and coolest person.
It was
she
election
even bought me a
season
half
as well.
and half.
It was election
season. We got food
too.
from Hip Hop Chicken.
Yeah.
Listen to me though. There,
so
I was on live. He saw me. He told me to ask her.
You shared a meal with her.
Yes, we did. We broke bread. Listen. He told me to ask her, was she gonna run?
Yeah.
And what did she say?
Why do you think I'm here?
That is not what she said.
That's not what she said.
She was there because that was the district she was from.
That's the district. Yeah. What did she say? Something to the effect of she ain't predetermined.
No, she said, fuck you think, dummy.
You know what?
I forgot what she said. She pushed that conversation away.
People don't. I hate when they say do the research and use that as an excuse to not do anything. Right. Because my thing is this: you want to talk about people don't even do research on their kids' teachers. They don't do research on the things that directly affect them. So you give them some
Say
more.
that again.
They don't.
They don't research who again?
They're kids' teachers.
Exactly. Listen, they don't like it. But I will, excuse me, because you can say this. You don't want your child taught by someone who's not a certified teacher.
Absolutely.
I've done that. You can.
And I think that's a good thing. My point is that to me is a cop out. Mm-hmm. That means that they're not going to do anything because they don't research. They don't pay attention to the way their kids are. So now they're going to do some extra research on a politician. No, they're not going to do. They're not going to do that. All they have to do really, because research sounds too involved, is just pay attention. All you got to do is pay attention.
They like Google. They Google everything.
That's all you got to do. And you know what I mean? That's all you got to do. Look. And even if you don't research, if somebody's in office and you see they haven't done anything, research is done. You already know they not a good vote. They've been here 30 years and they ain't did nothing. Not a good vote.
People love what did that politician do? What did you do
for
Baltimore City? Somebody tell me that.
There it is.
That's what I want to know.
Oh, I did a lot.
Not you, but you.
Okay, well, since he wanted to go there, what
you didn't help the police with that crime.
No, he didn't.
You didn't do your part.
You didn't share the information.
We ready to make a citizen's arrest.
Okay. whatever you guys say.
Wait a minute, y'all. Listen, I wanna be sure that he was joking. So what I did was I created a message with my host, okay, and I said that I would like to do something. Toya and myself. Tony waited a long time to have children. God. So Toya and myself are teenage mothers. Okay, we had our children young, which is awesome because now my children are grown. But no, I don't encourage teenage pregnancy. However, I said that what I wanted to do was I wanted to do something for 3 teen moms for back to school because we are teenage mothers. And I said there's 3 of us, so each of us can put it out there. People write an email or a letter, however it goes, and tell us why this child is deserving of us to do whatever. I'm gonna put together a package of what they would get, and I'm asking, do y'all like the idea? He gonna say, y'all gonna do something for me? My daughter started school this year, and I'm like, what? We're gonna take donations, and we can donate as well. But I'm like, what are you talking about, sir?
Did you
with the government job?
Did you not see the LOL behind it?
Listen,
I did it because it was so serious, and I just put some laughter in the room because I knew y'all was laughing when y'all read it.
I didn't laugh. I was like, what the hell is he talking about? He got a government job.
I bet you Toya laughed.
She laughed at everything you say, sir.
No, she don't. But listen.
Look. Y'all look back at any previous shows. She smiled when he talked. She laughed when he talked. So y'all know you watching. That's the other co-host, y'all. Listen. I'm not trying to hear that. But to close out about the crime and how we can change anything, I want people to stop pointing their fingers at these politicians that you really can't do nothing about. I know of some people in Baltimore City, which I'm going to make that the segment, every show in September, we're going to talk to people who doing stuff for our community. It's a lot of people in Baltimore. I have myself. I know I've done stuff for the homeless. You heard me just say I'm going to do something for teen moms to go back to school. There are people in the community that are doing things for the community. So stop focusing on what Orange Head is doing and you do something for your community.
One of the biggest community activists just announced he's running for mayor.
And that's good. As I said, we will sit down with people who are doing things for the community. I would like to say I want to sit down with people who don't grab their camera and start recording what they're doing, but that's a whole nother show. Because I don't record when I'm feeding the homeless.
I don't record nothing I do.
So if somebody posts on Facebook, they don't have any money for food or blah, blah, blah. I don't post a video showing me drive to them, pick them up and take them to the market to get some. Y'all don't see that because I don't think I need to post that. But some people feel the need to grab their camera every time they do something for somebody. I cannot have it myself. Some of them little events I had with the homeless and I had to add my own money. I didn't have it. But My heart said, do this. This is what you're supposed to be doing. And I did it. And I made it happen, might I add.
I got one of my.
So-
So when I was president of the car club, I put a lot of effort into the community involvement. When I left the car club, I still do my community involvement, not as on the bigger scale that I was on, but I still network and fellowship with some of the same people, and I still do my thing. And you never see me post anything about when I'm in the community. You know what I'm saying? The things that I was doing.
I don't know. Some people want recognition, some don't. But however, we're going to dedicate that whole month of September. That's what we're going to do. However, listen now. Slow down. We're going to bring it down, y'all, because it's time to go now. I would sing, but I can't sing. I'm not going to do that to you.
It's so hard to say goodbye.
Oh, he sounds like a wounded animal, you guys. I'm so sorry.
So listen.
I'm so sorry. Anyway, if you would like to be a guest on the show and deal with this guy here, send an email to theswatradioshow@gmail.com. You can also inbox me, DM me. I'm on Instagram as Monica WLS #2. And for those who don't know, that was Women Love Sports too. Monica WLS and the #2. Also, our radio show on Instagram is The SWAT Radio Show. Like us on Facebook, SWAT Radio. And, of course, he's not giving any social media things. But I will leave you with this, people. Let no one, okay, mother or father, come between the relationship with you and your child.
Nobody.
Period. I don't care if he wants to fuss, she wants to fuss. He don't want to pay his child support. I don't care what it is. That conversation is not for the child. The child should not know. Let the relationship still happen. Be as mad as you want with her. Maybe you can get a family member to go get the child. Work it out. Because as the child get older, they will resent you. It will happen.
The children need us.
I had my father all my life. I can't imagine life without my parents together. So, I mean.
In closing, we got to make sure that we educate ourselves, elevate our communities, elevate our youth. The communities, the youth, they need us. They need us bad. Life ain't just about yourself. It's about everybody that's around you because you affect the people around you. It takes a village to raise a child.
Can the village say something to your child when she wrong? Never mind, save that for next week. So listen, you guys, listen. I challenge each and every one of you to do something out of the kindness of your heart for someone in need. You don't have to post it. You don't have to tell us. But that's just a challenge for today. So, as I always say, walk by faith, not by sight.